So today I was at Half Price Books, which is a store that we have in Washington, and they sell used books usually at half price. You know, makes sense with the name. And I actually came across a model kit in the games and sort of role playing comic section of the store, and it's a Gundam. So I've never actually built a Gundam before. I think they're pretty cool, and I know that they're posable and people animate with them. And you know, that's my main thing that I do here on this channel is animating. So it was only $10, so I decided to pick it up, and this is what we've got. Or here's the box at least. I've got no idea what it is, what the story of it is. I don't even know if Gundam has a story, but it just looked cool, and it was a great price, and it seemed like a good opportunity for me to, say, model kits don't really have a back there. And yeah, so we're gonna see what we can do with this. The actual model itself comes with this set of directions here, and then 2 bags of pieces. Pretty standard. I mean, I've built model airplanes before. So something I actually always try to do before I start building a model kit is to read over the instructions first. I don't know how to read Japanese, so that's a problem, but there's a lot of pictures, so we'll see what we can do with that. Okay, so here's the actual sprues out of the package, and these are just pretty much typical from what I've experienced with like Games Workshop model kits. I've never seen different colors on a single sprue like that, and that's pretty interesting. And then this is actually made out of more rubbery material than other ones. I've never seen that before either. Okay, so it looks like our first step is actually putting together the torso, I think. Oh wow, so this actually allows these to go up and down and back and forth because of the rubber piece in there. So first I say to put this chest piece on. And okay, this is actually a lot smaller than I thought these would be. I thought this was going to be like Bionicle size, but this is more like Star Wars action figure sized. Not even a full 6 inches tall, probably. And that is for the head there. Okay, so next it looks like we're just doing some more added details. Alright, so next up we have the head. And here's the construction, 3 main pieces, a visor, and a face mask, and then 4 stickers. Yeah, I think I'm going to forego the stickers. The articulation's nice. Okay, so I've completed both of these arms. A lot of pieces all together, basically casing and then interior pieces with rubber to allow all the flexibility. Has double jointed at the elbow, ball hinge at the wrist here, and the left hand actually has this option as well as the fisted option. And these just attached to here, which is a whole nother butterfly and up and down. So just basically all these are in excess of joints to basically give you whatever posability you need. The one problem is that these pieces all kind of just pop out if you push them too hard. But yeah, I can see why these are really good to animate. It's got pretty much all the articulation you could possibly want, as well as sort of minuscule positioning ability just in other directions as well. So you can get like a lot of the small carry through. So that'll be pretty exciting. He's like, oh. Okay, so I just finished both of the legs. I think there is actually alternate options for the legs because I saw some repeat pieces of like this ankle guard and also these side pieces. Okay, so I just got the waist piece completed, and it has a lot of actual posable functions, like these all flap up, so you can kind of get in action running poses, I guess. But you know, any sort of jumping or aerial poses or really wide like martial arts stances, it's pretty much capable of that. And then it actually just attaches via a ball joint here. And these guys are kind of loose, but they get held on when you attach it to the torso here. Okay, so here's all the parts for the gun. That makes a lot more sense. So one thing I'm actually kind of confused about is there's a bunch of extra pieces that they don't really have directions for. I don't know if that's like part of just Bandai culture or maybe like customizability, but I don't know. I think that they'd at least have like directions on how to use those other pieces. Maybe that's a kind of like a noob thing to say. Like the Bandai, anybody who's like a Gundam master can just figure it out. I think that shield is a pretty iconic part of this design, so I'm probably going to display it with that. So that's how it looks with the shield on. That's pretty badass. So the laser sword is just two pieces. It's this blue hilt and like the laser itself. This reminds me of kind of like, so when I was a kid, I wanted to get a laser sword or like lightsaber. I couldn't afford it because I got like $1 or $2 allowance per week. So we went to the dollar store and they had like this laser dagger that was like a little dagger that lit up with a battery inside it, and that was my lightsaber as a kid. And it looked kind of like this. But that just slides right in there. So he's like, hacha. I think it's a really cool model. $10 at half price books. I don't know how much these usually go for in Japan or even in America at model shops. But it was a really fun experience, I guess, to do the first run through. What I didn't realize about Gundam is that you don't need glue, and you also don't really need to paint them. I mean, I think a lot of people do paint them to make them look a lot cooler, but they come in sort of all the pre-cast colors so that the patterns all work. And I mean, it's kind of a look, you know, clean plastic design. And I probably won't paint this because I don't think I really feel like I need to. I didn't apply any of the stickers either, but I might do that in a bit. As far as articulation goes, he's got pretty much everything I would need for stop motion. The one annoying thing is that like some of the joints just break too easily, so like that'll be annoying. Probably just use one of my like Tamashii Nation stands, see if that works. Yeah, so I'm just attaching that with putty, and that'll definitely work. These figures are super light, which will actually make them a lot easier to animate too than my Hasbro figures, which would weigh down the stand. They wouldn't be able to suspend in air that easily. He's starting to fall off, but even with just like half putty, that's completely fine. But yeah, so I'll try to animate some stuff with this guy and put it at the intro of the video, and then you guys can see what that looks like. Cool.